Hello, back again to another episode of Conscious Conversations with Seth Siyon. I got a few things I want to talk about. So I told y'all that I'm gonna keep this coming. This is gonna be it's gonna be at least a weekly thing. I might do it 2, 3 times a week until I do my 25th episode real soon. By the way, so for those just tuning in, um, I ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but if you just know that I'm all about the truth, I speak the truth, I believe in the truth, and that's it. So I speak my way the way I want to. If you go back and look at my previous episode, you'll get like the rundown with that. But I just want to get right into it. So um, yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So first thing I want to talk about, y'all, is let your yes be yes and your no be no. And let me explain, because like I feel like that a lot of people feel obligated to do certain things, or they feel obligated to, you know, agree with somebody's request, and they really don't. You see what I'm saying? But it's like in society we just been groomed to be like, always like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna do this, yeah, I'll do this, even though you don't want to do it. Or it could be anything. But I just want to put it out there, like it's it's perfectly okay to say no. And I think more people need to say no to certain things, because that's that's just your truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you agreeing to everything, you're not being your authentic self, because there's some things that you may not be agreement to. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to say no, and it should be fine to say no. It should be normalized to say no, and it shouldn't be no hard feelings. I mean, you speaking your truth. You just letting this person know that you're not in agreement with their requests or whatever they're, you know what I'm saying, whatever they want. And it's okay to say no. Um, and for instance, like, I'll put this out there. So, like, say for instance, like, and I gotta go with the women on this, you know what I'm saying? Because this is mostly happens there. So, like, if a dude comes to a woman asking for their number, it's okay to say no. Like, don't give this person your number, knowing that you don't like him, knowing that you're not going to contact him, knowing that, you know, you have no interest in him. But it's like women will get their number out just because they feel like they are obligated to, or they feel like that, you know, this person not gonna leave them alone. Just say no, because I just say this to say this. Like, as a man, I would much rather a woman say no versus them give me their number, and then when I hit them up, they never respond or don't. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like, it's okay. We're in an era now where you safe. Like, you can say no and it'll be okay. Um, that's like a prime example of what I'm saying. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. Because I understand that, a lot of women get hit on all the time. I get it. I get it. They probably, you know what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to understand that it's okay, especially coming from a man point of view, for you to just go ahead and be like, no, not interested. There's nothing wrong with that. You speaking your truth. If that man can't like accept that, then that's you already know. You know what I'm saying? And you know, again, just anything that you're not in agreement with, it's okay to say no. It's okay to just be like, if somebody be like, you know what, I want to can you come over here and do? No, I don't. No, I'm doing something right now. Like, it's okay to say no. Like, we always feel like we're obligated to be yes, and then what happens is we get overwhelmed. We get, you know what I'm saying, and things just like, you just got to learn how to just speak your truth. And like I said, if the person know you and the person rock with you and they fuck with you, they understand that. You see what I'm saying? And if they don't, then that's further confirmation that, you know what I'm saying, that's not who you thought they were, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not in alignment, basically. So yeah, it's okay to say no. Like, it's okay. It's okay to say no. And another thing I want to get to, like honor your boundaries, which is the same thing what I'm talking about. Yes and no. Honor your boundaries. Like, it could be from various things. Like, whatever whatever your boundaries are with anything, honor those. Honor that without without breaking it because of what other people are trying to do or get you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you want to go out to eat and you need to be home at a certain time, honor that, regardless of what that person says. Like, man, let's go up here and get a couple drinks. Nah, I need to be home at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Don't allow people to persuade you. Don't allow people to like break your honor code, which is your boundaries. That's your honor code, your boundaries. So you have to always set your boundaries and honor it. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between saying I'm gonna do this and then you be like, well, all right. Nah, fuck that. Look, set honor your boundaries because that's you. You know what I'm saying? The other influences is that person. You see what I'm saying? So you always have to honor your boundaries no matter what. No matter what. And it could be, like I said, it could be from anything. Someone talk to you about, how much food you need to eat, or like what you need to order. This is again, I said this last episode. So this is your world. You are the main character in this world. Everybody else is extras. So it's all about you. You have to look at it like that. It's all about you. You cannot submit to somebody else's will or desires or their preferences. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You have to set your boundaries and honor your boundaries, because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. You have to live with yourself, and then when you break those boundaries, that's when you start to feel bad. You start to get depressed. You start to, like, what I'm saying, be mad at yourself. And so always honor your boundaries. That's very important. Honor your boundaries. Your yes and your yes, and your no's and your no. Honor your boundaries. Also, have no assumptions and expectations for anyone or anything. This right here, because I'm gonna tell you something. Like, sometimes when we meet people, and I'm gonna start off from a relationship point of view, we expect people to be a certain way or either change after we start talking to them. When a person show you who they are in the beginning, that is their truth. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like, a lot of people can put on in the beginning because it's like a game. You know what I'm saying? It's like chess. So people can get on to get what they want, but eventually they gonna show who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? When that person show you who they are in the beginning, that is their truth. And you have to accept. You either have to accept that for the truth, or be like, nah, I can't deal with this, because at the end of the day, everybody plays in that character mode. You know what I'm saying? To get what they want, to get in where they want, fit in, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't have no expectations or assumptions for nobody. When they show you who they are, or if they tell you who they are at the beginning, like, believe that. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect, like, well, he might can change, and I see something else in him. Try it. That's all I can say. And you won't get the same results. I promise you that. You'll get the same results. You gotta take people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what I call the alignment. When two people are them true selves and it's a connection, that's an alignment. But these times people are characters. You know what I'm saying? It's like, back in the day, I'm probably telling my age here, but back in the day when people used to iron their clothes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like nowadays people iron these characters every day. They wake up in the morning ironing, what character I'm gonna be today? What character I'm gonna be today? And nobody's being their genuine self, authentic self. And that's another thing, man. Like, be your authentic self. If you goofy, be fucking goofy. If you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like whatever it is, like, just be your authentic self. And don't give no fucks about it. You know what I'm saying? Just be your authentic self, because at the end of the day, if nobody likes you for who you are, then you basically doing it in vain. You're wasting time. You're gonna end up, it's like a hamster wheel. You're just gonna keep going in circles and circles and circles, because you're not being your authentic self from the beginning. Be who you are. Whatever it is, if you like to go out, be who you are. Don't try to act like, oh, I don't go out there. If you like drink, smoke, whatever it is, be who you are. It's okay. Be your authentic self. And if nobody want to fuck with you because you authentic self, then that's a good thing. Thank you. You saved me a whole lot of headache. You saved me a whole lot of time. You saved me a whole lot of drama. Be your authentic self. But also, just understand that, you can't change nobody. We cannot change nobody. People have their own timing to change. So whatever you think you may see in somebody, be like, well, maybe I give them some time. You playing a dangerous game. You playing a dangerous game because that time might not be in the time frame that you are expecting. You see what I'm saying? You might be expecting within a year or two to, whatever. And this person, it might take 10 years. So that's pretty much said what it said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect people to change just because you see something, or you feel like they have something that you see that you would like, what I'm saying, in the future, whatever. You cannot do that. It's just like you just playing a dangerous game, and at the end of the day, like, you have to understand that you have to find people that you align with, you know what I'm saying? And it may take time, but it's worth it. But a lot of people settle because they're lonely. A lot of people settle because, they have low self-esteem. And it varies like different, cases. But you just have to find people that align with you. And you have to be true to yourself. Like, you have to respect yourself enough to be like, you know what? I'm not going to put myself through this. I'm not going to, go through this. I'm not going to, because you getting this like hamster wheel circle. It's a revolving circle where you start dealing with the same people going through the same shit, and it's just a circle. But you have to understand that sometimes it's okay to take time to yourself, to get to know yourself, to be confident in yourself, to truly love yourself, to the point where you won't have to settle no more. You won't have to keep going through this revolving cycle of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Wasting time, vain. You know what I'm saying? I give you a story like, when Moses freed the Israelites. And once they got freed and everything, they started complaining and start, whatever. And they had a trip to take that's supposed to take 11 days and took 40 years. And I use that example because we do the same shit. Like, we once we get that freedom, and once we get freed or whatever, we'll keep doing the same shit. And then it take like and really it's true, because some people go through shit for 40 years not happy because they didn't honor themselves. They wasn't true to themselves. They didn't get to know themselves. They didn't take the time to get to know themselves. They didn't take that isolation time, because they always wanted to be around somebody. They always felt like they needed somebody. They always felt like, somebody got to be there. No, this is your world. You are the main character. You're the superhero. You the Superman. You the Batman. You the Superwoman. It's your shit. Everybody else is extras. You got to figure out what it is you want, who you are first, and then what you want, and then leave it there. Another thing I want to talk about too is love, man. Love. A lot of people think they know what love is. A lot of people use it and don't even understand it, when they even saying it. People always say, love you, blah, 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 blah. And even in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Love, love, love. Oh, I'm in love and blah, blah, blah. But one thing about love, and this is what I want to call out, because about love, one thing about love is not jealous. Okay? Love is not envious. Love is not anger. Love is not perfect. That's the main one. Love is not pride. Love is not boasting. And most importantly, love is not possession. Possession. If you hold on. Before I go there. So I'm gonna tell you something about love. No, I'm gonna go there. Then I come back to that. So love is not possessive. So like all these attributes I just spoke out, a lot of people claim to love somebody, but these are the attributes that they have in their heart: jealousy, envy, pride, possessiveness. and it's probably plenty more. I'm just naming the top ones that just come to my head right now. So even if you're in a relationship, like I'm gonna go there. So like if this person's significant other cheat, this person shows you the truth. Now it's up to you. It's up to you now to either forgive this person and talk about it, or whatever, and figure out what y'all want to do. But most people react immediately off of that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Been there, done that. So I'm giving you my aftermath. So what I'm saying to you is, love. Like, if you truly love somebody, then these attributes should not be in your heart, and they should never come up. And I'm gonna go back there, but I'm gonna say this part right here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that love is. Love is understanding. It is compassion. It is gentleness. It is happiness. It is patience. And love is truth. And that's I can go a whole episode on that too. Love is truth. So I say that to say this, really evaluate your definition and your heart on love, and see if you're in alignment with that. Because at the end of the day, anybody could say I love you or blah blah whatever, but if you're not in alignment with what love really is, then you're doing it in vain. And it's not gonna, you're going to live never understanding the beauty of love. And that's something like, I want everybody to understand the beauty of love, and the depth of it. It's not, most people look at it from a surface level. Again, that's why I told you about the jealousy, the envy, the possessiveness, and all that stuff. But when you really get in depth with love, it's so beautiful, and it's so free. It's so like liberty. You know what I'm saying? And it's I could really go real deep on this, but for the sake of, I got more things to talk about. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there about the love thing, because a lot of people say they love you, a lot of people think they love you, but really they still stuck in this 3D. And the 3D is like a box, and it's like you're stuck in this box, and it's a box of societal, like what we were taught, how we were raised. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Back then they didn't know no better, so like, but now we got to the point now where the truth is starting to come out now, and the frequency is shifting, everything is just changing. Things are going back to the way they were. So it's like we have to understand these truths, and like reform to the truth. That's the most important thing, reforming to the truth. Like I'm giving you the truth, but it's up to you to actually reform to the truth. So pay attention to yourself with love. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to that, because like I say, love is freedom. Love is peace. Love is it's not all the other all the negative attributes I threw out. That's something where we have to do our shadow work within ourselves, because that's about us. It's not about that person, regardless of what they do. It's about us. Because if we have the feelings, then we have to figure out why we feel this way and what's causing us to feel this way. If you love this person, you shouldn't be feeling that way. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna leave it there. Also, I want to get on this topic too, because I be saying a lot of reels and shit like that, but I want to talk about the truth about like what they call like ADHD, COD, autism, shit like that. So, by the way, I have pretty much all of them, but it's like I said, it's different levels to the shit. But I know a lot of people have not been diagnosed. I wasn't myself, but as I got older and started like doing my research on it and understanding it truly, I was like, oh shit, I had this shit the whole time. But a lot of people are ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? They're ashamed to admit it. They're ashamed to say that they have those attributes or characteristics or whatever. But the truth of it is, those are superpowers. As long as you once you understand it and once you have it under control, they are superpowers. You know what I'm saying? ADHD is like you can multitask. Like you can do this. The only thing about it, the bad thing about it, which I say you have to learn how to control it, is you can forget a lot of shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have so much in your head that you want to do at one fucking time, and then you'll forget the main thing that you was trying to do because of the other six shit that you had going on. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. It's not like a weakness. It's not like something to be ashamed of. Like embrace that shit. Like, and I say that to say that, embrace that shit. Learn how to use it for your advantage. It's a superpower. It's just like X-Men or Superman or Batman. It's a superpower once you learn how to, first of all, identify it, you know what I'm saying, accept it, and then learning how to use it for your advantage. And like I said, it's different levels of it. Some people have different ones worse than others. And again, it's like you have to just know yourself and know where you're at with it. You know what I'm saying? CODs, nothing wrong with that. Like if you like cleanliness, that's one thing about me. I'm like a clean freak. Like I like everything clean. I like everything neat. Boom, 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 boom. What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? It's not no disorder. It's not nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you should want. You should want to be that way. Some people will probably wish they was that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's no it's no shame in that. It's no, don't look at it as like it's something wrong with me or nothing like that. No, that's what society wants you to think, because again, that shit's a superpower. You can use that shit for your advantage. Even with the autism, like, and again, it's different levels to the shit. Some people have it extreme, some people have low doses of it, and that's basically what that is like somebody just very sensitive. They're energy sensitive. You know what I'm saying? They don't like being around like a lot of crowd. They don't like being around like large crowds and people touching them and stuff like that. So again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not nothing wrong with you just because you're like that. It's just that you are very sensitive to energy, that the energy around you. Say if you in a spot it's got a lot of bad energy, you want to leave, you don't want to be there. That's a superpower, because that can save you from some bad shit happening. You see what I'm saying? Or people touching you. That's a superpower, because I mean, that's another subject. But there are energy vampires out there. People that will try to steal your energy, your good pure energy. You know what I'm saying? Just by touching you or being around you. So those, that's one, throw that out there, because I know a lot of people. I said a lot of reels and shit, but no, people are starting to like embrace it now. But I still know the people, like some people, they don't want to like really admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I might have that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, yeah, if you say that, yeah, you got it. It's all good though. It's worse of things out there. And then like I can get deeper with the bipolar, schizophrenic shit. But those are actual spirits. But they're not good spirits, but they're actually spirits. But that, like I say that for another time. But I'm not gonna be too long. Just want to throw these little things out. But I also want to so I want to really so my platform is about the truth. So I feel a need to speak my truth as well, tell my truth too, because what I'm saying, like I said, this is my platform, this is what I do, and I present the truth. So I need to tell my truth as well. So yes, I've been known to be like a spiritual mentor, spiritual master, a seer, messenger, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't put no title on my shit. I just speak my truth and roll from there. But saying that, I do deal with a lot of people, as far as like helping them on their spiritual journey, mentoring, and like just because like with my knowledge and with my spirit, like a lot of people are drawn to me, and they always like, want to be around me and want to like you know get the knowledge and truth. Like I said, I'm a serious well, so like I can like help people with their dreams. And I mean, I do it all pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this, like, I'm not perfect, and I never and never will be perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect with this bodysuit on, which is called flesh, you know what I'm saying? So we'll never be perfect. But one thing I can honestly say is I try to be better each and every day. And I think that's what everybody should do, is try to be better each and every day. Again, like I said, I'm not perfect, but I do what I can do when I can do it, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I do a little bit too much. So when I was speaking earlier about the yes and the yes and the no and the no being a no, that's something that I had to practice myself. That's why I kind of presented that first, because sometimes dealing with a lot of people, it can get overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? And I know I got called to, like, fall back. I was told, I receive messages all the time, and I get divine divine inspiration a lot. And it's all about being obedient to your truth. And that's why I'm sharing this, because you have to be obedient to your truth, not worrying about other people's feelings and emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're not right, how can you help somebody else? It's simple as that. And I mean, at the end of the day, you, people have to just have that understanding. We talked about love. They got to have that patience. They got to have that compassion to understand that, if you're not able to, if you need time to yourself, if you need time to, like, what I'm saying, get yourself together, do that. You know what I'm saying? That's even with your workplace. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's all about you, and whatever you have to do to take care of you, God damn it, do it. Go with that. Go with you, and it will all work out at the end of the day. So I just had to share that, because I knew, like, I knew I wanted to do this live, but I knew that I had to fall back for a minute from, like, people, because it gets a lot, because I'm dealing with so much energy. I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying? And what happens is, when you start doing that and don't be obedient, you get attacked, and that's what happened. So um yeah, and I got attacked in various ways. So I was like, okay, I get it. So that's why I came first with a yes and yes and no and no, because that was something I experienced. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, hey man, I hope y'all take this in. Make sure you leave your comments. Make sure you share it, because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this. And I will be back again next couple of days. And also I want to, like, also let you know, like, all right, so yeah, I need to tell y'all this too. So, like, how I got to where I am now, like, I've been on my spiritual journey, I could say, for probably 10 years. But let me really tell you about these 10 years. These 10 years were non-stop every fucking day, because of the circumstances I was in, which I will get into that in my 25th episode. I ain't gonna spill it right now. And so I had to, like, deal with myself pretty much every day for these 10 years, because that was like the time and where everything hit. And for an average person, it, like, them 10 years where I did it, it would take probably maybe 50, 60, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, this was every day, and I did it like I was dedicated. I was committed. Like anything that we do in life that we're dedicated, committed to, I was committed to my spiritual journey. Doing my shadow work, doing my studying, everything, praying, everything. Like I said, because, like, I've tell people, like, I'm not, which I talked about this in my previous episode. I'm not religious. I've studied many religions, and I take the truth out of all of them, and I just speak the truth. They all have truth. They all have falsehood, which is the ego. So I took the time to go through all of them. And when I say go through all of them, I mean really in depth, go through all of them. I mean reading the whole Quran, reading the whole Bible, reading the whole Bhagavad Gita, reading the whole, the Torah, like I did it, you know what I'm saying? And, I got a lot of insight and knowledge from each and every one of them. And so I say that to say, like, what I speak, it can come from different angles. It can come from different sources, but it's all the truth. That's all I want to say, is all truth. My terminology may not be the way say it or whatever, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's all the truth. And for anybody that's in a religion, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing wrong with that. And I don't want to like discourage nobody from being in a religion. That's cool, because I started off in a religion myself. But all I'm saying is, be open to the truth. We don't like, a lot of people get stuck in that box, and it can really limit you from who you're supposed to be. So I encourage people to, like, step outside the box sometime, and really, like, get to know who you are. Get to know who you are. But I'll get into that, like I said. So that's something I'm giving a little teaser for my 25th episode, because I'm gonna give you the whole journey on that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I look forward to that. I hope y'all do too. Thank everybody that's joined the live. I appreciate y'all. Gratitude. And for those whom gonna catch this when it uploads, hey, make sure that you comment, leave your comments. And also y'all that's watching live, like, because once I cut this off, I'm not gonna see your comments. So go back to the video and comment as well if you have anything you want to say or ask or whatever. I always check my comments, and I always respond to everybody, so make sure you do that. All right, my good people, man. Love y'all. Seth Siyon, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Conscious Conversations with Seth Siyon. As we do this thing, love, peace.